Hi, it's Mark Murphy with Sandie from Visit Britain. Sandie, you have been doing some interesting things to inspire Americans to travel to Great Britain. What are some of those things?
Well, we've been running with our Great campaign, which is telling the world that everything that's great about Britain, particularly the history and heritage and the culture and the countryside. The main draws for Americans to Britain are around our heritage and our culture.
What do you think stands out for Americans when they first come, and where should they come on their first visit?
People tend to come to London,
right.
And London is the major draw, of course, but we really want to say to Americans, don't think that you've done Britain just because you've done London and maybe some side trips to Windsor or Bath or whatever, beautiful though those are.
Right.
You should be thinking about going to Scotland, you should be thinking about maybe travelling down to the southwest, to Cornwall, seeing the small villages, going to Wales, climbing a mountain, walk along the beach, and visiting some of our other cities, because we're a very small island and there's a lot to do within our small island.
And it's interesting you say that because it's easy to get around. I mean, we were in Liverpool and just a fast train to 2 hours and you're in the heart of London.
It's very easy to get around, and the train networks have improved and the speed has improved. And if you Americans maybe don't want to drive here because we're not on the same side of the road.
It's very confusing. You confuse us here.
Although we are very courteous drivers, and I think once you get outside the city, the roads are easy to navigate. But no, travel by train and buy a pass. We've got some really, really good products, rover passes and touring passes, so you can get on and off the train wherever you want.
Right. Now let's talk travel agents. How important are travel agents to Visit Britain, and what are some of the things that they can do to motivate their customers to come?
Well, travel agents are really important to us, and we know how important they are in the American market. Many, many people are relying on advice and the assurance of booking through their travel agent. We're helping agents with the Brit Agent program, for example. We've got itineraries, we've got imagery, tools and assets that can help them sell. And travel agents also can have access to the products that we sell on our shop. So I mentioned the tours and the train passes, but we can sell wholesale into agents who can then take that and mark that up and put those things into their packages as some added value.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what would you suggest that agents do in addition to Brit Agent to really polish up their insights into the destination? Come here, experience it themselves?
Of course.
What else could they do?
Well, of course, if they can come here and start to experience some of the destinations and the cities that perhaps aren't in the normal US itinerary, of course that would be incredibly valuable, and we help a lot of travel trade to do that every year. They should sign up for our e-newsletter. Follow us on Twitter. We've got a Twitter feed which is specifically aimed at the travel trade in the US.
What is
at
that?
VB Travel Trade.
Nice.
So that's specifically for the North American market. Be sure that you're getting our newsletter, you're signing up for Brit Agent, you're following us on Twitter, and you can stay abreast with all the developments and the investments. You'll know then when our campaigns are breaking and when our investments are going into the market.
Right, and I think that's important that they understand that you're investing and inspiring the consumer. Consumer in many cases is going to go to the travel agent, get on the same page with the customer.
Exactly. I mean, our job is to create demand, to inspire potential travelers to visit and explore Britain. And then we work with some partners, we have airline partners and so on, to close the sale. But essentially, we're not selling. Right. It's the travel trade that is selling, and we look to the trade to close that sale.
All right. Great tips from Sandie. Visit Britain. Get signed up on all of those areas that you just heard, and pay attention to what's happening in terms of the campaigns, because they are going to stimulate demand for the consumer, which is going to walk through your door, email you, or pick up the phone and call you. For Sandie, I'm Mark Murphy. Thanks for watching.